Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be a full face using all of the Charlotte Tilbury products. So this is the look that I created using the products, and if you want to see some of my favourite Charlotte Tilbury products and what I think of them and how I use them, then keep on watching and I'll show you. Okay, so I just done my eyebrows off camera because I actually don't have any brow products. I ordered like extra bits from Charlotte Tilbury that I didn't already have because I wanted to do a tutorial doing a full face and I forgot brow stuff. So I just done my brows with a really unaffordable product. It's the NYX brow gel. That's what I used to do my brows today. I didn't have any Charlotte Tilbury products. Really sorry about that. But everything else is Charlotte Tilbury, I swear. Okay, so starting off, I'm going to use their Magic Away concealer. I just got a little sample of it. I'm going to go in with medium 5 and I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow base. Just underneath the brow and right down onto my lids as well. And this is going to be our eyeshadow base as well as our concealer for under the eye. Then I'm just going to use Madison, it's just like a little buffer brush, there's no name on it, but it's like only like €4 or something. I just love this one because it's like really long, the hairs on it, so it buffs the concealer in perfect. So you can see that was only a teeny tiny bit and you can see it's after taking away like this discoloration from my eyelids. So that's why I use a concealer to prep my eyes, especially if the concealer is perfect for your under eyes. It's safe to use on your eyes because that area is just really sensitive and a different kind of skin than the rest of your face. So that's why I always use like an under eye concealer for priming my eyes or an eyeshadow base. So the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using is this one right here, and it's the Dolce Vita palette. It has beautiful shades, especially for green eyes. This is your prime shade, your pop shade, your smoke shade, and your enhance shade. I'm actually going to use a bronzer first. So this is her GLOWGASM. It's a face palette. I'm going to use this bronzer right here. Put that right into my crease. I'm not setting my eyeshadow base. Just going to go in straight with the bronzer and the eyeshadows, because that's the way I always do my makeup. I never really set the eyeshadow base. I'm going to go in with a clean fluffy brush. This is a blank canvas E26. I'm going to dip into this enhanced shade. I'm just going to pop that just on the outer corner. I don't really feel like these eyeshadow palettes are worth the money. I think they are really pretty. They're lovely to have as a present. They are gorgeous, but I do feel like I have big huge palettes with such beautiful shades in it and I can create more looks with it for cheaper, and they're just like good quality if not better. So I'm just taking that halfway across the lid and keep blending it into that bronzer. Take another blank canvas brush. This is an E85 brush I'm taking. I'm using a smoke shade and I'm just going to run that just across the lid. It's so funny, I feel like these eyeshadows like just remind me of like what you'd rob out your mom's makeup bag from years ago. I just feel like the quality of this eyeshadow palette isn't the quality of eyeshadows anymore. I feel like they're really outdated, and I hate to say that because I love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand. Like, I wouldn't just use it as an eyeshadow palette on its own. I feel like they're nice shimmers for the lid, but I feel like they're all too shimmery to create like a full look using this one palette. A lot of fallout too on that shade. Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Jean, and it's basically like a cream pop. So that's what it looks like there. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just use the back of my hand and just take off a little bit of the product, because literally a little bit goes a long way with this product. So I'm just using that right on the inner corner and using the brush just to blend it into the rest of the eyeshadows. Then I'm going in with my finger too just to blend everything together. This is like the most creamiest pink pot I've ever used, and it blends super easy for you. I go in with this gold shade from the palette. I'm just gonna place it right on top of that Jean eyeshadow. The Jean eyeshadow is like a champagne gold and this is like a true gold, so they sit really well on each other. And then I'm gonna actually take the blush because it's kind of like a pinky cranberry shade too, so I'm gonna actually put that into the center with my with my ring finger. Just patting that right into the center. So So it's just gone from like gold to cranberry to like the cranberry and the dark brown. So for lashes, I'm gonna put on some of her full fat lashes. This is a little sample that I got as well, and I've never tried the mascara before, but it has a really fat wand on it. It's really thick, but not too thick. I feel like it's nice enough to get into the lash as well, because sometimes like when they're a really thick one for volume, I find with my eyes it's so hard to get in at them because I have such small eyes, so I end up getting it everywhere. So far the mascara is really nice. It's giving a lot of volume and it's not looking clumpy whatsoever, but my lashes look really black, really thick, and they are definitely longer, so I have to say that is a really good mascara. But for the price you could probably get a cheaper one that's just as good, so I don't think you need to run out and buy it, but it is a lovely mascara. So I'm just after sticking on some false lashes. She doesn't do any lashes in the range, so any lashes that you like, just stick them on. These are just ones from AliExpress actually, and they're so nice and so fluffy. I'll try and leave the link below for them if I can, but I just type in mink lashes on AliExpress and loads pop up. And just read the reviews. Make sure you read the reviews because some of them are absolute shy, but the reviews are very honest and very like, you can kind of go by the reviews. So I'm going to just stick on, I already prepped my skin with some magic cream from Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm just going to put a little bit more on because I prepped my skin before I done my eyes, and I feel like I need a little bit more moisture before we go in with our foundation and stuff. So I've only started recently using the magic cream. I robbed this off my mum actually, and I haven't got a pot of my own, but it is really creamy. It's quite like thick, but when it goes onto the skin it really absorbs into the skin, gives it a really nice glow. Like I've nothing else on my skin, only magic cream, and it gives it a beautiful glow. Makes your skin feel really plump, but it is €90. I don't know, if you're wanting to treat yourself and splurge, then it is a beautiful cream, and your foundation does sit beautifully on top of it, but your skin literally feels like silk after you use it. Like literally, even like around my nose area where I get a little bit dry, it literally feels like silk. So it is a really nice cream. I always get like little samples when I order from Charlotte Tilbury, and they do last you like a few days. So if you want to try it out for yourself, because obviously everybody's skin is different, even makeup, everybody's skin is different, but especially with skincare, everybody's skin is different. So try it out, get a little sample. I actually really like it, and it gives you such a beautiful glow. But like the glow it gives you without having any shimmer or anything in it, it just makes your skin look really healthy and really hydrated. So to prime the skin, I always just use my Hollywood Flawless Filter. I absolutely adore this. I have a shade for when I'm really pale in the winter, which is 03, and then I have a shade when I'm really tan in the summer, which is 06. I'm kind of in between at the minute, so I'm going to just mix two of them. 6 and 3 is a good one, especially if you're a makeup artist for your kit. 6 and 3 I find is a great one to have in your kit, so you can mix between. So I'm literally just going to use my fingers and just apply that everywhere, and it just melts into your skin, especially after applying the magic cream. I really didn't think the magic cream was going to be worth the hype, but it's actually beautiful. It's really nice. So just rubbing that everywhere, all over the skin. I wear this like every day, even if I'm not wearing makeup. This is my go-to. Even in the salon I'll put this on. Sometimes I'll put a tiny bit of concealer or a bit of bronzer over it just to give me that extra bit of coverage, and it's like so nice. It's really fresh and it lasts really well on the skin, but it looks like your own skin, but like so much better. So this is a new foundation to me, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. So yeah, I used it yesterday for the first time. I used it with a brush yesterday, but I'm going to use it with a sponge today and see how I like it. So I'm just going to do one pump to start with. So yesterday when I was using the brush, I used 3 pumps just to see how well it built. And it built up really nicely, because sometimes foundations that are like a medium coverage, I find they can cake if you try and build it up. So this is just one pump, and we're going to see how far this goes. So I got the shade 7 in it. I feel like it's a good match. It's not too orange or too yellow. I find her foundations are quite neutral, which is nice. But if you're a little bit more yellow or a little bit more pink, they do lean more on the pink side. Not like a MAC NC, which is like super yellow. That is one pump. I'm gonna need another pump for my neck, definitely. My neck is always paler than the rest of my body. It's just the way I always tan for some reason. I'm gonna do one more pump for my neck. So I'm just after bringing that down onto my neck. And then I'm going to do like a half more pump on my skin. I'm happy with the way it is, but I just want a teeny tiny bit more coverage. So I'm just going to do like a half pump. But I'm actually happy with how the Beauty Blender applied it, and I'm happy with how the brush applied it. Okay, so I'm happy with the coverage that's after giving me. So we're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use the same concealer that we used as our eyeshadow base under my eye now too. So I'm just literally going to bring that concealer just right into the inner corners of my eye, where I find like I have the most blueness and most like darkness. So I'm using the shade 5 medium. I'm going to use my beauty blender then to buff it out. So when I'm blending, I never really apply the concealer in that triangle shape as such, but I blend it out that way. So I find if you apply it in the triangle shape, you like apply too much and it'll be down to here, which you don't want. You really want to keep it nice and in that area. But if you apply too much, it'll have to blend out somewhere. So just keep that in mind. I only apply like a tiny bit on the inner corner and then I blend it out into that triangle, which is really flattering on the face. But if you have too much product, it will do the opposite and it'll nearly come down to your contour, if that makes sense. That is a really nice concealer. I didn't put too much on. It's not cakey or anything like that. It's not, I'd say it's like a medium coverage. But I say you could build it up. But I didn't put much on, but I really like that. It's sitting really well over the foundation and it's brightening up where it needs to be. Okay, so before we move on to any powder products, I'm going to go in with this. It's the GLOWGASM Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pinkgasm, and it is absolutely beautiful. So it has like a squeezy little tube. I don't really like the packaging. I feel like that's really unhygienic. I hate that kind of packaging. I just find like bacteria sits in like wet areas like that. Actually for my kit and stuff, for decanting, it's not ideal. I wonder if I pulled that off what would happen, because that's usually what I do with like the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I always rip the ball off. So yeah, that's the only negative straight off that I have to say about it. So I'm just going to use my fingers. The glow off this is just beautiful too. So if you like a glowy blush, you'll love this. I'm going to use actually just a little Madison, there's no name on this brush either, but I'm just going to use that as well just to help blend. And it really blends into skin really nicely. It doesn't separate your foundation underneath or anything, which is good. I'm going to just dust whatever's left over just across my nose. So yeah, I absolutely adore this blush. It just makes the skin look so super glossy and healthy. It just gives you like instant holiday skin. This is the Pinkgasm, so it's a little bit darker than the Peachgasm. I thought I would have liked the Peachgasm better because I love anything peach, but it was a little bit light for me, where I feel like this would show up on my skin a little bit better because they are quite subtle. But if you're a little bit paler than me, I think the peach will be gorgeous on you. But yeah, I think I'll definitely get the peach for my kit too, for like my paler clients. Love that kind of colour blush on me. So it's a beautiful, it's not pink, it's like a stunning like rose, I find. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so nice. My skin looks so healthy after using it. So yeah, definitely love that. As well, what's good, you can twist this on and off. So once it's off, it won't squeeze out or anything if it's in your bag, which is really good. I like that they thought of that. So I'm gonna set my under eyes now using her Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. So this product literally blurs the skin. It's just absolutely beautiful. I use like a little eyeshadow brush to set my concealer, because I don't like an over powdered face, but I do get a little bit oily in my T-zone, so I always like to just powder there. But I like to let my bronzer powder the rest of my face. I never go in too much with powder. You can literally just see how it smooths out the skin. It is beautiful. It's such a nice, soft, like pressed powder, and it leaves the skin like flawless. It really does. It's like airbrushed. It's stunning. Sometimes I'll use it with my sponge as well. I'll just show you on this side. I dip it right in and just press it into my skin. and it gives you even more flawless finish. The little brush will give you just a more natural finish, and the sponge will always give you a more airbrush looking finish with your powders. This powder is literally beautiful, so worth the money. It's absolutely stunning. I really love it. So now I'm going to go in with some blush and bronzer, which is my favourite part, in with the GLOWGASM face palette. It is literally the most beautiful palette I have ever seen. It is just so luxurious and expensive looking. I am just obsessed with it. So I'm going to go in with the bronzing shade Force, so this one right here. I'm using a blank canvas F04 brush. So I'm just going to start by pressing it onto the skin. It's a really beautiful subtle bronzer. This is the darker shade, so there's a lighter shade. So I actually thought the bronzer would be too dark for me, but I find the bronzer isn't that dark actually in it. It's just about bronzing me up, and I'm like not dark at all. But it is really pretty. I always like to bring my bronzer just down across the nose as well, and then I like pat it over. I put my concealer too, because I just think it looks like the sun naturally hit you, and then like after being on holidays if you do that, so I always just pat it over. That's really pretty, really soft and subtle. So gonna go in with blush. The blush and the highlight is really what sold me this palette, because look at the two blushers, this one and this one. Oh my god, they are just beautiful. So I'm gonna just mix the two, and I'm just using it on a big Luxe face definer brush from Jessup. Oh my god, it's just amazing. It's actually such a beautiful blush. It's like definitely my kind of blush. It's so nice. So nice. Oh my god, love it. Like, I don't know if you can even see how pigmented that is on camera, but oh my god. It's like a highlighter and a blush as well. It's so pretty on the skin. I'm in love. And I always like to take a little bit of the blush and just run it across my nose. That is beautiful, like so nice. So I'm going to go in now with the highlight shade, this one right here. I'm just highlighting the tops of my cheekbones. This highlight literally looks like your skin is wet. It's intense, but it's like so seamless on the skin. You can actually barely see it on the skin. I am absolutely obsessed with that palette. The bronzer for me is a bit hit and miss. I feel like I could do a darker bronzer, especially compared to the kind of dark tones of the blush in the palette. The bronzer isn't very pigmented, but the blush and the highlight, oh my god. They get glow products right. Like Charlotte Tilbury's glow products are just out of this world. Like, so good. My skin feels like I'm after being on holidays. So happy. I love it. We're gonna jump back into the eyes, and we're gonna just use exactly the same shades that we used on the top of the eye underneath, and I'm bringing all of the shimmers down too. I actually really like shimmers underneath the eyes lately. I don't know why. I find it just really makes them pop. So I'm gonna use that underneath. So I'm gonna go in Force with the shade Smoke from the palette, so this one right here, and I'm using a little Nima Ollie brush. I'm just gonna literally push that right underneath my lashes. I'm gonna make sure I dust off as much as I can, because the last time was a disaster with the way with the fallout, and I don't want that on the actual skin because we can't clean it up. So I'm literally just taking teeny tiny bits of that and then just running it right underneath the lash line and up into that outer corner too. So I'm kind of just keeping that on the outer corner of the eye. I'm going to zoom these in again, and then I'm actually going to just turn my brush over. I'm not even using a NUDE brush, and I'm going in with the kind of cranberry shade, and I'm going to blend that out. So I'm blending that out, and I'm going in a little bit more with, I got it with the bronzer from the GLOWGASM face palette. I'm going to blend that shade out under the eye and into the outer corner. I'm going to take the Glow shade. I'll pop that on the inner corner where we have the highlight on top. Just like that. I'm going to take a little bit of the blush too. Again, the bronzer just to blend everything together. Now I'm going to go back in with the full fat lashes on my bottom lash line. Done such a good job at like thickening up my bottom lashes. It's what I look for more in a mascara is my bottom lashes and my top, because I usually wear false lashes. Last step is lips. So I'm going to use the Lip Cheat lip liner. This is their Reshape and Resize lip liner in the shade Iconic Nude. These lip liners are like no other lip liners that I've tried. Eco one looks similar, but they're a little bit more creamy like a lipstick, where these have like a little bit of like a tack to them, if that makes sense. They're almost sticky, so they create really like a second lip, and they stick to your skin. They really are long lasting. So that is the Lip Cheat on. So I have a few different Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. My favourites are Hepburn Honey, Pillow Talk, Bitch Perfect and Kim KW. So I'm going to actually mix two, I think, today. I'm going to go with Hepburn Honey first. So it's this beautiful, I'll swatch them all at the end, but it's this beautiful like brown kind of nude. So I'm going to use that just kind of on the outer corners. And then I'm going to put Kim KW, which is a much lighter peachy nude, just in the centre to make them like look a little bit bigger. To top it off, I'm going to go in with her Collagen Lip Bat. Mine is like brown from all of the like lipsticks that I use. I should really decant it, but I literally just throw it in my bag and I'll pop it over any kind of lip that I have. This has like a really minty taste to it. It doesn't sting the lips around, but it definitely plumps them. It's just like a clear gloss, this one. It's the Refresh Rose. The wand is weird. It's like a little love heart. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little love heart. But it's really pretty on, and it just makes your lips feel bigger. Okay, so I'm going to swatch the lipsticks just so you can see them side by side. Excuse my dodgy tan. So this is the shade Hepburn Honey. Sorry, I'm brutal at swatches. It's a beautiful true nude brown with a peach undertone, which is so pretty. I just love Audrey Hepburn and I just wanted to buy it because it was called Hepburn Honey. This is Kim KW. This is much lighter than Hepburn Honey, and it's a more pinky nude, a beautiful like bridal nude, but you definitely need like a lip liner with this, but it is beautiful. Now this is the shade Pillow Talk. So it is definitely, it's a little bit matter than the two before it, but it's such a beautiful pink, like rosy shade. I absolutely love it. So nice on so many different skin tones. And then this is definitely my favourite from the collection I have. It's Bitch Perfect. It's just a beautiful coral, corally nude. So they're my favourite nude shades from her collection. I think they're just fab. Absolutely adore her lipsticks. I do think they are definitely like a tree, and the packaging is just beautiful. But yeah, that is the finished look. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Let me know what your favourite Charlotte Tilbury products is. I put up like a little question thing on Instagram, and basically everybody said the Hollywood Flawless Filter. A few people said like her lipsticks, certain colours and stuff, and her loose powder, which I haven't tried. But that's really the main kind of ones that are coming up a lot in the comments. So yeah, let me know what yours is though below, and I hope that you really like this look, and if you do recreate it or if you get any of the Charlotte Tilbury products off my recommendations, let me know, and let me know how you got on with them. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.